Hello, this is Orion from 27 Collective. This is a first look video on the upcoming Voxel 1.4 update, which, as you may know, is focused on the e-commerce aspect in Voxel. So it deals with everything related to products and monetization. We're gonna get into details in a bit, but before we do that, let's do a quick recap. So as you know, with Voxel you can create different post types. So post types are a basic building block in every WordPress site. They are like broad categories that define the content of your site. So by default, WordPress includes a couple of post types like posts and pages. So an individual entry within a post type is called a post, and each post has title, description. It can have different fields such as featured image, different taxonomies such as categories and tags, and so on. So this is the basic structure that WordPress includes. The premise of Voxel is to build upon this structure, which is defined by WordPress. So to create different types of content or different post types that are more personalized for your specific site, and include different fields that are used to describe that content, but also categorize and eventually filter it. So the post type editor in Voxel is meant to be an unopinionated way to create different post types, and it provides different options and tools, and tries to get out of your way. So you can use it for something very simple like articles, or you can create something very complex like let's say business listings, or cars for sale, or rentals, and so on. Down here, if we click show other detected post types, we can see posts and pages. So these two are included natively by WordPress, and also we have media and some post types included by other plugins like Elementor here. So when you edit a post type, you can define everything about it, including the submission fields, design the templates which can utilize the data that was input into these fields, create different filters that allow you to then create search forms in front end to filter entries on this post type. And based on the filters that you create, Voxel automatically creates an index table, which basically gets all the relevant search data and stores them in an efficient format for searching in a custom database table. And then that data is indexed for best search performance. So this allows you to scale your WordPress sites much more than you can natively do with WordPress. So using all of these different options, we can create a post type, define the structure, define how the post type is searched and filtered, and design how the entries look in front end. So for example, here we have the places post type in this demo, and this is the preview card we designed, and this is the single template we designed. So all the templates are designed using the page builder. So you retain creative control of your design, while at the same time using Voxel to pull in the dynamic data and create different functionality that is necessary for more complex WordPress sites, such as searching, submission, and so on. So using all of these features, we can structure, design, and then create entries in a particular post type. And the next update makes it possible. So each of these entries are actually products that can be purchased. So let's proceed. Voxel product types are an optional feature and can be enabled under Voxel settings, product types, and enable product types. Once we save changes, we can see the product types menu item here. So previously in this installation, I've created a couple of product types. But for this video, we're gonna create a new one. What I want to do as a first example is I want to create a post type for books and make each book a product that can be purchased. So to do that, I'm gonna create a product type and name it, let's say, buy books. and we want this product type to be a regular product and with stock enabled, and we're going to leave cart and notes enabled as well. So we have a basic product type created. Now we're going to go to the post types and create a post type. Let's name it books. And on the fields tab, I'm gonna add the title field, the description field, and I'm gonna add the product field. And let's click on the product field. So the product field allows us to select one or multiple product types that we have created on the site. In this example, we're gonna pick just one, the buy books product type, and let's name this set up the product. Save changes, and I'm also gonna add a featured image field, and let's add the UI step field and move the description on the second step. Let's name this other details and save changes. So now we have the fields in place. Let's go to templates, and if you want to allow front-end submission on this post type, you can create the create post page, but if you don't, you can just add posts in backend. But for this example, I'm gonna create the front-end form, and I'm gonna add the create post widget. Let's select books, and let's reduce the width of this widget and add some padding. So now that we have created the submission page, we can view the page in front end and create a product. So you can see here, I can input the title, set the featured image, and enable the product settings. Because we want each book to be a product, we will make this field required. So I'm gonna add in the books post type and make the product field required and save changes. And now I'm gonna refresh the submission form, and we're gonna add the book. Let's add this one. Let's set a featured image, and let's define the price. And here we can manage the stock, and we're gonna set the stock to be 100, and we're not gonna enable limit purchases to one item, as we want to allow people to buy this book in bulk. And let's go to the next step, and we're gonna add the book description and save changes. So now the product is created. Let's view it. And we can see the single product page is empty because we have to design this. So let's head to the post type editor, go to templates, and edit the single post template. And let's add a container here. Let's put a heading for the title and for the post title. And let's increase the font size here a bit. So let's add another heading and change the HTML tag to span, and change the typography. And here we're gonna display the post author. This book is sold by, and let's pick the author display name. And let's change the heading HTML tag to an H1. And now let's display more details about this product. I'm gonna drag and drop a container here, and within this container I want two additional containers. So the first one will show the description and other details, and on the second one we're gonna display the product form. So let's set the direction to horizontal, and set the width to full width, and let's input 70%. And for the second container, I'm going to set a fixed pixel width, let's say 350 pixels. Next, I'm gonna add the text editor field, and we're gonna pull the product description. Next, we're gonna display the rating. So I'm gonna use the star rating widget here, and here you can pick an SVG icon for the ratings. We're gonna keep stars, and let's pick the accent color as active color, and shade of gray for the inactive color. And we want the score to be dynamic, so we're gonna pull the rating for this post. So let's search for reviews and average rating. So right now there are no reviews, so all the 5 stars are active. To work around this, we're gonna add the dynamic tag and add a mod, and we're gonna add a fallback mod and set the fallback to 0. So when there are no reviews, no stars are active. And next we're gonna add the product form. And in the widget options, we're gonna select the field that we have previously created. So the field is named setup the product. Next, we're gonna display the featured image. So in this case, this is a simple product, so you can just use the image widget. But in more complex products, you can use this new slider widget that Voxel provides, which also is synchronized with the product form to show the different product variations and so on. But in this case, I'm gonna just add the image widget. Let's add it here, and I'm gonna pull the featured image. And let's save changes. So now if we go to books and view a book, our template is utilized for this product, and the product can now be purchased or be added to the cart. So this was a simple example how you can quickly create product types, assign them to your post type, and make the posts products. So as mentioned before, you can assign one or more product types to the same post type. When multiple product types are assigned to the post type, then the post author can select the product type they want to use during post submission. The product types that you create are entirely dependent on you and the aim of your site. For example, if your site is focused on a specific niche, like books or cars for rent or real estate, then you can create product types that are specifically tailored for that purpose. In that case, you also create some kind of unified structure across all products. So if we take the stays demo example here, this is still using the old version of Voxel, but as an example, we have a different stays for rent here, and we have a unified structure of all stays. So each one has a specific price per guest. So in this case, it makes sense to have a more focused product types with some of the settings predefined by the platform. But in other cases, let's say where your site does not have a specific focus but sells general products of all kinds, then in that case you can create more generic product types such as simple product, variable product, and so on, and let the post author make the decision during post submission what kind of product they want to create. So as an example, we have created this post type here named products, and if we edit it and go to fields, we have added the product title, featured image, and the product field. And on the product field, we have selected multiple product types here. And now when we go to front end and create a product, we can see the drop down here to select the type of product. So in this example, we have all of these different product types assigned to this post type, and as a result, you can create very different products without creating additional post types. And it also means you can design an unified store page or products page where all products are listed and filtered, and then you can design the product page which covers all the products at once. So this is more like a traditional structure that you find in e-commerce solutions like Shopify or WooCommerce, and this is something you can replicate with Voxel. So nothing here is predefined. If we check the preview card template, we can freely design it like any other template, and the same applies for the single product template. So here we have reviews, price, title, images, description, and reviews. And on the right side we have the product form. So the product form is made of different components that can be enabled, disabled, and customized depending on your requirements. So as the product author, I can quickly edit the product in front end and here change the details. You can see in this case we use the custom variation product type, and we define the custom attribute named model, where different models of the phone are added, and finish. And then all of these variations are generated based on the attribute we have defined. As we have 2 models and 3 values, the result is 6 variations. Each variation has its own pricing settings. You can upload an image and manage stock individually. So let's get back to the backend, and I'm going to go to the product types, and let's edit this basic product. So as you may have understood already, the product types on their own are just a configuration which define a type of product that is sold on the site. But to sell actual products, you have to assign this configuration to a specific post type in your site. So the product type editor includes lots of options to create products from simple to very advanced. And all of this starts by selecting a specific mode for the product that you are selling. So here you can pick between regular, variable, booking, and price ID, which we will cover in another video. Once you select the product mode, all the different modules that are available for that mode appear here. So let's say you want to enable add-ons. Once you enable it, you can see the options for add-ons appear here. And once you disable it, it goes away. So this keeps the experience very simple and focused on the things that you have chosen to enable, so you don't get overwhelmed with lots of options and configuration. The second item here in the menu is payments. So here you can select whether you want payments to go through Stripe or enable offline payments. The next option here defines the pricing of the product. So if you want to be a single payment or subscription, let's select subscription here. In order to see how the submission form evolves based on our choices, I have added the book that we have previously created. And now that I've set the product type to be a subscription, let's refresh the page. And now we can set a price for our product and also set an interval for the subscription. So we can choose here days, weeks, months, and set a specific interval. Let's go back and disable the subscription. The next option here defines the funds capture method. So if you want to capture the funds after an order is submitted right away, or you want to wait for the order to be approved before capturing the funds. The next option here, price. So here you can enable the discount price. Let's go to front end and see how this looks. So now in addition to the price, you can input the discount price. And the next option here is stock, and the stock itself is a module which you enable here. And once you enable the module, you can also enable the SKU input. And here we can now manage the stock for this product, and also choose if we want to limit the purchases to 1 item per order. Let's proceed. Next, I'm gonna enable add-ons for this product type. Let's go to add-ons. So add-ons are used to create additional things that can be included with a product purchase. For example, let's say this service is product type, and you want to allow the product author to define different services they offer. Then in that case, you can either use a select or multi-select add-on, and you can name it services. And here you can choose whether you want these services to be defined by the product author or defined by the platform. So when they are defined by the author, they can be created during post-submission. Let's save changes and see that in action. So as our add-on is optional, we have to enable it, but if we set it to required here, then the add-on is enabled by default. And here you can add options, let's say web design, web development, and so on. An additional setting here is the display mode. So this defines how the add-on is shown on the actual product form, where a customer can make the selection. So here we have a couple of options: buttons, radio, drop down, and cards. So each of these display modes may include more or fewer information. For example, if we select cards and save changes, now we can set the label price, but the display mode also can display a subheading for our services, an image, and also we can control whether we want to allow the item to be purchased in bulk. So if you enable this option, you can set a minimum and maximum value. This is more suitable for something like food ordering product type. So in that case, the customer can pick a specific item in the menu and then select the quantity before submitting the order. Let's go back. So in some cases, it makes sense to allow the product author to define the different add-on items. However, in some platforms, you may want to have a more unified structure across your products. So as an example, in the Stays demo, which is still using the old version of Voxel, we have all of these rentals here, and each of these can be booked. And apart from selecting the date, we have made available setting the number of guests and whether the product includes parking space, and if so, to add on to the overall price of the product. So in this case, it makes sense for the add-ons to be predefined by the platform. So all the different rentals include these different things, which can also allow you to then filter by the specific add-on, for example, by number of guests here. So the number of guests add-on could be created with a numeric add-on here. You can type the name, select the display mode, whether you want to be a stepper or an input, and select whether you want to be required or not. So in this case, let's save changes and view the submission form. In this case, the add-on is required, so all the author can do is input the prices, for example, 30 euros per guest, and set the minimum and maximum number of guests. In the other hand, if we make it optional, the product author has to first enable it. So a regular product can include a base price and then be extended with add-ons, but in some cases it makes sense for the price of the product to be constructed from the add-ons themselves only, and the product not to have a base price at all. So this makes sense in the example of services. You have the prices for each service, but you don't want an additional cost for that product on top of those services. So in that case, you can disable the base price entirely. And during post submission, you do not define the price for the product itself, but only for its add-ons. So the next product mode here is variable product. So this can be used to sell more complex products with different variations, with each variation having a price and its stock settings. So similar to add-ons, variations can be generated based on predefined attributes, which are attributes defined by the platform itself, or by custom attributes, which are created during product submission. So let's enable custom attributes as a first example. And here we can create a custom attribute, let's say size, and we want the display mode to be buttons, and the different items on this attribute to be different sizes, like small, medium, large, extra large, and so on. And as soon as we have created at least one attribute and added the different options, the variations are generated. And now we want to create a second attribute for color, and we're gonna select the display mode for colors. So as mentioned before, the display mode defines how the attribute is shown on the product form for selection. In this case, for picking the color of this product, we can select the color display mode, and when we add an item, we can define a color and then select color through the color picker. So this way, the product author can create custom attributes that are tailored for their specific product they are selling, and then variations are generated based on those attributes. So for each variation, we can define the price and upload an image, and then manage the stock individually. Let's go back to the post type editor. I'm gonna now also create a predefined attribute. So in this case, I'm gonna create an attribute for size, and we're gonna add different values like we did in front end. So small, medium, large, extra large, and save changes. And now during product submission, the product author can select this predefined attribute and just select the items that he wants to make available for that specific product. Then they can, if they want, to create an additional attribute that is custom. So as we shown before, this is an example of a variable product with two custom attributes, model and finish, which have generated all of these variations, and then the product form displays these attributes. So the next product type is booking, and finally the price ID. The booking product type lets you create booking or appointment products, and the price ID lets you match a specific product that you have created in your Stripe dashboard and use it within Voxel without going through this configuration. There's a lot to cover, so I'm gonna leave this here. In other videos, we're gonna cover booking and also explore the new features added, such as the cart, custom prices, and other settings related to order submission. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.